Hua Yong finally marked him. The moment his teeth sank into Sheng Shao Yu's neck, everything changed forever. The bond sealed between them was permanent, impossible to erase, impossible to deny. Sheng, who had fought against Hua Yong's lies and manipulations, was now his. Not because he wanted it,
Not because he chose it, but because Hua Yong had made it so.
The air was heavy with the smell of blood, gunpowder, and poison. Sheng lay weak in Hua Yong's arms, his body trembling, his face pale. His lips parted as though he wanted to speak, but no sound came out. His alpha gland was failing. His body was shutting down. If Hua Yong had hesitated even 1 second longer, Sheng would have been gone. "Don't you dare leave me, Sheng Shao You," Hua Yong whispered hoarsely. His voice cracked in a way it never had before. He had always been in control, always manipulative, always the one pulling the strings. But at this moment, he was desperate, afraid of losing the only man he had ever truly loved. Sheng's eyelids fluttered. He wanted to resist. He wanted to tell Hua Yong that he hated him, that he never wanted to see him again. But the mark burned hot on his skin, spreading through his body like fire and ice. His heart raced, not just from the poison but from the undeniable connection that now tied him to Hua Yong. It all began hours earlier. Sheng Shao Yu had been working late at his office, determined to keep the company running despite all the chaos his family caused. He never noticed the shadow lurking in the parking lot. He never saw the men who had been ordered to take him. By the time he realized something was wrong, it was already too late. The needle pierced his skin. The world spun. His vision blurred. Poison. His brother's men had made sure he wouldn't escape alive. They dragged him into a black car, tying his hands, covering his mouth. Sheng struggled weakly, but the drug in his blood made his muscles heavy, his breath shallow. He could barely keep his eyes open. In the distance, a sleek car followed silently. Inside, Hua Yong sat in the back seat, his sharp eyes watching every movement. He had been waiting outside Sheng's company building, as though fate itself had placed him there. The moment he saw Sheng's limp body being carried into the car, something inside him snapped. "Follow them," Hua Yong ordered coldly. His driver pressed down on the accelerator. The chase began. The kidnappers thought they were safe. They thought no one would notice. But they had underestimated Hua Yong. The black car screeched to a stop at an abandoned warehouse on the edge of the city. They dragged Sheng out, throwing him carelessly onto the cold concrete floor. He groaned weakly, the poison already making his veins burn. His alpha gland was targeted. If it collapsed, he would have only minutes left to live. One of the men pulled out a knife. The young master wants his brother gone. Once the gland is destroyed, he won't last the night. But before the blade could touch Sheng, the sharp crack of a gunshot echoed through the night. One man dropped instantly, then another. The kidnappers panicked, shouting and running, but Hua Yong was merciless. He walked into the warehouse like a shadow of death, his gun steady, his eyes cold. One by one, the men fell. When the last body hit the floor, silence returned. The only sound left was Sheng's ragged breathing. Hua Yong rushed to his side, dropping his gun and kneeling beside him. For once, the mask of the manipulative enigma slipped. For once, he looked truly human. "Sheng, open your eyes. Look at me." Sheng tried, but his vision was clouded. The poison was spreading fast. His alpha gland pulsed painfully. His entire body shook. He was dying. Hua Yong pressed trembling fingers to Sheng's neck. He could feel the weakening pulse of the gland. He knew the truth. There was only one way left. "Listen to me," Hua Yong said, his voice low, urgent. "The only way to save you is for me to mark you. Permanently." Sheng's eyes widened slightly, though he was too weak to move. Marking meant belonging. It meant forever. It meant he would never escape Hua Yong again. "No," he whispered, barely audible. "I don't want..." Tears pricked Hua Yong's eyes, but his grip tightened. "You don't have a choice, Sheng. I won't let you die. Even if you hate me." Even if you never forgive me, I'd rather see you alive and mine than gone forever. And then, without waiting for permission, Hua Yong lowered his head. His teeth sank into Sheng's neck, right above the gland. Sheng's body arched, a cry ripping from his throat. Pain and heat surged through him, spreading like wildfire. His heart pounded violently. His skin burned. His entire being screamed in resistance. But then, slowly, the fire changed. The poison began to fade. The weakness in his limbs eased. His breathing steadied. The bond between them took root, strong, undeniable, eternal. When Hua Yong finally pulled away, blood stained his lips. His eyes glistened with a mix of triumph and sorrow. He had done it. Sheng was alive. Sheng was his. For a long moment, neither of them spoke. The warehouse was quiet, broken only by Sheng's unsteady breaths. Finally, Sheng whispered,
Why would you do this?
His voice was cracked, broken,
Full of both anger and despair.
Because I love you, Hua Yong said simply. His words were raw, unpolished.
So different from the manipulative games he usually played.
I've loved you since we were children.
I've done terrible things, yes. I've lied, I've manipulated, I've hurt you. But losing you,
I couldn't bear it. Even if you hate me, even if you never forgive me, I will keep you alive. You're mine now. Forever. Sheng closed his eyes. He wanted to scream. He wanted to curse Hua Yong, to push him away, to run. But the mark pulsed warmly on his neck, binding him. His body no longer felt like his own. His heart raced every time Hua Yong touched him. You monster, he whispered. But his voice trembled, betraying his conflict. Hua Yong's lips curled into a sad smile. Maybe, but I'm your monster now. Later, as Hua Yong carried Sheng out of the warehouse, his mind was filled with memories.
The first time he saw Sheng as a child, the way he had always longed for him. The jealousy that burned when Sheng chose Omegas over him.
The endless years of wanting, of planning, of manipulating, just to keep Sheng close. He knew what he did was unforgivable. He knew Sheng's heart would never truly belong to him. But at least his life did. At least Sheng would live to see tomorrow. Even if it was a tomorrow chained to Hua Yong. Sheng, half conscious in Hua Yong's arms, drifted in and out of awareness. He remembered the lies, the betrayals, the cruel games Hua Yong played. He remembered the night he had been assaulted in the dark, never knowing it was Hua Yong. His heart ached with anger, betrayal, and grief. And yet, beneath it all, his body no longer rejected Hua Yong's scent. His heart beat in rhythm with his. The bond could not be undone.